Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of OK Boomer, the podcast. This week, we're going to be covering a first part of a two-parter, kind of a four-parter, unless you're me, and it just became a seven-parter. We're covering from Mark Wolfman and George Perez, the original Judas Contract. Please subscribe, comment, and share, and tell a friend, and we're bored. Here we go.
And we're bored. Here we go.
I'm Will.
Hey, this is Thomas.
And this is the Judas Contract.
Yep. The first episode, the first issue of it, not the one that's in your trade paperback after you read those three issues.
They put in, now, it did have relevance on the overall story.
Yeah.
But, and I was a little upset that my LCS charged me $20 for a $15 trade, even if it was one of the early prints. It's still a reprint. I actually did. I think you remember. I did actually come across all four issues of the Judas Contract in one of my boxes.
Did you? I think I've got a couple issues. This is one of the kind of the DC titles I've been picking up. I've picked up a lot of Marvel that I just got about everything I want, if that makes any sense. Everything I want that's readily, easy to get. You know, there are a bunch of, 60s books that I don't have that are just stupid expensive. So I've been picking up a lot of Teen Titans and stuff like this. Adventure comics, a lot of that kind of stuff from DC, that just because they're cheap. I mean, and they're all good. I mean, this is an 80s book. I literally told my kid yesterday the other day, we were at the antique shop, and she's like, why are we getting...
hey, Robert Shepard. Bow. Every day.
I was buying some more Firestorm stuff that was in the dollar box. Oh, and I bought those... I bought Hawkworld. All three issues of Hawkworld.
Oh.
And by Truman.
Great series.
I'm like, holy crap, dude, this is in the dollar box. So I bought them. But she's like, why are you buying this? I'm like, Dad, you don't really read these characters. I'm like, this is all 80s comic books. These are great. This is like when comics were comics.
Why are you buying those? Because it reminds me of when I had hair and was thinner.
And it was thinner. Yep. And the comics were so much better.
Oh, man.
It's crazy. And the thing is, I've never read this. That's why you threw it in there to read, because me and you were actually talking about it off the show. And I've read plenty of Wolfman. I've read, a ton of stuff with Perez. Perez is absolutely incredible. And he's at his power here. This is just great stuff.
I remember they came back and reunited and did a Teen Titans hardcover graphic novel. Probably around 2013, 2014.
Really?
I have it somewhere.
Do you? Well, so, this is the thing where, I read one time that Perez had said that he had left, he left Marvel to come to DC to do to do what he thought was the greatest superheroes of all time. They put him on Justice League. And I've got most of his Justice League run, which is just absolutely incredible. That's even the one with the first Darkseid story, the 3-part Darkseid story where Darkseid's holding everybody up and they're falling through his hands. It's incredible. But then he went and left and they did Teen Titans, and this is where he really, to me, this is probably where he really took off and become a household name, because Titans was the comic to read at the time. Titans, the freaking X-Men.
Yeah. Remember the other year they did in the one of the newer incantations of Justice League, they did the Darkseid War.
Although they tried to do it again in like New 52 or something you're talking about?
I think it was Rebirth. It happened in Rebirth, I think.
Oh, did Darkseid War and Rebirth? Yeah, and it sucked. I'm sure.
No, it was good.
Was it?
It was like 8 parts, so they didn't rush it or anything.
Yeah.
And it went through multiple books. I think I went through Justice League Dark too. And some of those issues are worth $40, $50, $60, $70, $80.
The new ones from Reebok?
Yeah.
Jesus. So it must be
I didn't know. I tuned into Jesse James auction over at the Binge Bar on Comic Book Shopping Network one night, and he's got them all up there. I go, oh, I got those books.
Huh.
He goes, these books are all hot. They're all getting hotter right now, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, really? Because I'll sell those motherfuckers in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat.
Whoops! Hold on. There we go.
There's your not safe for work.
Yeah. After everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, he said a wordy dirt. But I'll have to go back and check that out. I didn't know they rewrote the Dark Side War because that's one of my favorite Justice League stories. It's
a new one.
Yeah.
So we all know my favorite Dark Side story, of course, is the Great Darkness Saga.
Yeah, which we're going to get around to that because I have never read it. I actually bought the trade to read it and just haven't got around to doing it.
Yeah, I've got most of the issues, if not all of them, and the final part of that has like the big picture of him like in blood on the cover. I think I bought that one issue like 3 or 4 times just because I love the cover, and I'll just go back and read it. I'll be like, why should I look through these boxes that have never been and probably never will be organized? And I'll just buy it and read the damn thing again. So
buy it and read it again.
So that's where we are. So on the cover, we see like all these screens, reminiscent of some pages from Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, which now that's after this.
Yeah,
Dark Knight Returns is 86.
Yeah, this came first.
This is first. Yeah, and it's you kind of can't see who it is. You can see the little kind of the shadow of somebody looking like they're looking into the screens. But yeah, it's just like little, and they're screens because it's one they're grayscale and you can kind of see the lines throughout them. Old school cathode ray tubes. People, cathode ray tubes is what they were.
Well, we know who it is because we can tell by the line work who's actually looking in it, and
so you get first one is of course you got
Cyborg,
and then there's Dick Grayson, Raven, who is drawn much older in this than I remember because I watched what is it, Young Justice on when it was on Cartoon Network, and then
she's like 9 years old.
And then besides Young Justice, I know it's not a lot of people don't like it, but it's a fun little watch for your kids. Teen Titans Go is kind of fun too. Dude, Teen Titans Go.
Next screen, Wonder Girl and Starfire Corander.
And then there's
James Lane.
Beast Boy. Yep. Beast Boy. And then last one is Deathstroke, Terminator. That is a cover. Issue 42 is where it really starts, people, not 39.
Fuck me.
Judas was epic serial cliffhanger back in the day.
Yes, it was.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And it's still a great read.
Oh, yeah. So there goes our first page for the first one. Perfect. There's a Starfire.
Mm-hmm.
The Eyes of Terra Markov. Dude, there's a lot of words in this book. Mm-hmm. I forgot there was a lot of words. How much words sometimes are in these? But yeah.
Well, I know. How do you think I feel? We both read to the same point, except I started 3 issues before you.
Exactly.
I got to read a lot of comics this week. I kind of wish I had brought this to the damn hospital. I could have finished the whole book.
You could have finished the whole hospital. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, damn it. But I finished reading. I read issues 2 through 6. I'd already read issue 1 of Cult of Dracula. So I finished. I started that before I went to the hospital, but I still had issues. I read like half of it, so I was in the middle of like issue 4, so I finished reading that 6 issue arc. Uh, then I read this, and I was taking a break because I got up to the point that you had gotten up to, and I picked up DC Showcase number 61 that somebody had obliterated the cover on. So I got it for like cheap. I got that and like 3 or 4 other books in a pack for like $2.
Oh, well, that's cool.
So it's a reader copy. It's because hail George. Wow. It's because whoever had it liked the Spectre, like we like the Spectre.
Yeah.
Except we don't like the Spectre enough to turn around and cut his image off the cover of a book. Because I go, this has some like weird tears in it and angles that I'm looking, and I look closer and I go, some jackass cut the image of the Spectre off the cover and probably like taped it on his wall or something.
Yeah, or made it taped it on his school books. Back when you remember when you had school books and you had to use the damn paper bags from the grocery store to make the covers for them.
Yep.
And then you got to decorate your own books. Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, they won't let you do that anymore. They don't want anybody having real books. They're too busy burning them.
So the thing that got me on this, we start off here, and it shows up. One, I didn't realize or remember that Wonder Girl was a photographer. Of course, Starfire is, barely clothed here and, doing a photo shoot with Dick Grayson, who they're in love and all this. Then Tara and
Garfield,
show up. Dude, he is a butthole. He's a butthole in this
whole yeah.
book. He's a giant ass. He is nothing like this in the TV show now.
No, because they're not allowed to say any of this stuff now.
I mean, it's just, I'm like, whoa, dude, he's like a pain in the butt. And then Tara, bless her heart here, we're going to be bless her heart because she's, she's kind of the victim here. Garfield keeps picking at her, dude, and she's got like giant buck teeth. I was like, wow, this is not the characters from the cartoon, because I've never, like I said, never read this, but they're just so radically different.
Well, Garfield is an overcompensating, over-hormoned teenager.
Yeah.
And the chemicals that they saved his life with aren't helping him much. Well,
and maybe it's me too, but yeah. So he's obviously a teenager, and Tara's obviously a teenager, but Cyborg, Raven, Starfire, and Dick, even Wonder Girl are all much older.
Yeah, they're all like young adults. They're all like 18, 19, 20.
Yeah,
and but consider if you were a 16-year-old boy with superpowers, and you were on a team with all these women built like a brick house.
Yeah.
Man, you'd be going around, everybody be hanging their coat on your wang. Oh, that's not the coat hook? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was. I knew it was a little low.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I was like, whoa, this is just not, because like I said, one of the things, I knew the story, but really watching it on TV and then reading it are two different things. But yeah, so they're there and they're doing the photo shoot and moving around, and Tara's like, hey, let me take a look around, I'll see everything. And then this is when we first get the little click here, and you see that it looks like somebody is actually watching Wonder Girl as she's moving around her apartment or her studio.
Her studio, yeah.
Yeah. And and then now it moves over. Now we're at the city, and we kind of get the same thing. Now they've moved down. They've gone to somebody else's house.
Too much energy. Somebody called PTP.
Damn it. And Wonder Girl, so here now we're at this other apartment, and Wonder Girl and her man are talking about it. I guess they're going to get married, from what I remember. I read this actually last week, so
yeah, Terry, Donna, and Terry,
yeah. We are rushing to get them finished before the podcast, but I read this last week, and Garfield and all they're still talking, and they're moving about their lives, which is it's kind of cool. But then now you get another click kind of in the middle, so it's like somebody or something is watching what's going on. Dude, it's a lot. This is for the line work and the quality that he put into all these pages, and this much detail is just amazing. But so kind of like they finished.
This is long before his eyesight started waning.
Yeah, exactly. Because now, I mean, everything's a lot bigger. But after they finish up dinner, hey, they're going to go back, and everybody's going to split off and all. And Garfield and them leave, and he kind of says something, smart to Tara, and she gets a little mad at him. And, she tells him she'd rather kiss a cobra. And he actually tells her, he says, I didn't know you were into kinky stuff. That can be arranged. And, she just screams at him and all. As, like I said, as everybody starts to disperse from the little party to get together. And even as they do, you can still see somebody is watching them all. And they move off and head into the park. And there in the park, they encounter Cyborg, who's, of course, now he's all dressed up in his regular clothes. Who's the girl? This other girl?
It was a love interest of his in the book. She's a special ed teacher.
Okay, so she's a recurring character.
She's a recurring character, yeah.
In the book, but not a superhero or anything. Okay.
No, it's just a school teacher.
Okay, yeah, because it's kind of funny. They're all making fun of Cyborg. He's the ultimate, bad guy, or not bad guy, but ultimate, badass. And he can't even skate, and he falls on his butt, and they all laugh at him.
And nobody can pick him up. So
yeah, nobody can pick him up because he's too freaking heavy. And Garfield just keeps, he keeps picking fun at everybody.
Yeah. And he turns into Thumper from Bambi.
Yeah, it's Thumper from Bambi, a little wobbly, isn't he? Damn it. But God, dude, so I wonder how many people got that at this time. Because you got to think, too, now this is, I know they would have got it, but this is 85. This is before VHSs. And Bambi came out, freaking 30 years before. How often did they show it on TV? Remember they used to have, Wonderful World of Disney on Sundays?
Yeah, back when they still had family entertainment and weren't trying to program kids, yeah.
Yeah, when they would show it every night. So they make fun of Garfield, and then they kind of all split up. Or Garfield makes fun of Cyborg, and they all split up. And when they do, they start heading back, and they find all these, here's a letter, and it's actually from Cyborg's grandparents. They want to come back and see him, and they're just going to show up. But what's cool is Tara and Beast Boy are like, hey, you never really mentioned your grandparents or anything. I didn't know they were still alive. And Cyborg's like, hey, well, they've never around when I needed them. They just haul butt and we're doing whatever. I don't really even want to see them. And then we see another little camera in the bottom. So all along, we're kind of figuring out somebody is watching all the Titans.
Gee, I wonder who.
Yeah, we find out later. This is cool from the cartoon and here when at the sunset, Tara and Beast Boy kiss, as she's going back to the Titans Tower, and then we
Mhm.
see that, you know, we think it's her, or it could be somebody else is actually watching all the Titans as she heads back. But that's the thing that gets me is, like I said, reading this now. Oh Lord.
Good Lord. You've been here that long, you have no idea what we're talking about? It's the Judas Contract by Marv Wolfman and George Perez from the 80s Titans run, Tales of the New Teen Titans, which would include the who are the Titans? Have you read comics before, Robert?
The Titans are Cyborg, Robin, uh, Beast Boy, Raven, Terra at this point, uh, Wonder Girl,
And
and
Starfire.
and Starfire. That are the Titans at this point. We used to try and go through every panel, but that kind of got a little long, so we're trying to just hit the highlights here, hoping that
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people have read it. But the Judas Contract is the story where essentially somebody has infiltrated the Titans and is watching everybody on as what goes on. As the story progresses, we learn to find out that it's actually Terra. We'll go ahead and there's your spoiler. So it's actually Terra who has infiltrated the Titans and is actually watching everyone. So here in the first couple pages of the first story, we see everything that's going on in their private lives. And we see a little bit like here, Terra has returned to Teen Titans Tower and she goes to see Raven, who we find out Terra just doesn't like Raven at all.
She hates
Uh,
Raven because
she
Raven can
hates,
sense she's an empath, on top of
yeah,
a few other things, being the daughter of an actual demon.
yeah,
Uh,
she can sense the evil.
okay, then you're
Yeah,
gonna learn.
you're,
You're gonna learn some stuff here. This is all mainstream stuff.
yeah, this is all mainstream. Yeah,
This is back when comics were still good.
This is all mainstream. This is a big superhero book, and it's kind of a learning book that's very important. And that's we have maybe even rambled a little bit because, like I said, I came to this story first time through the TV adaptation of it. I just one of those books I um, never really read when I was younger. But yeah, so Tara hates Raven, and that's because Raven, like you were saying, Raven can sense that Tara is not who she seems to be, or not who she claims to be. And then this is when we first get our glimpse that this is actually Tara doing something. Maybe she's actually involved and is the one watching them, because you see the little screen now that shows Raven, and as Raven talks to her, she tells her, she senses evil in her, so she leaves my room, and then we see her little thought bubble that I'm gonna kill you myself, is what Tara says, and then she goes to bed. Cool picture of Cyborg there at the end there. Uh, so in the morning we wake up and they're at the bottom of Titan's Tower, and here's Cyborg, who is underneath like a weight thing. Kind of think of the old X-Men workout room, the
Danger Room,
danger
yeah.
room. Yep. And he's trying to push himself to the limit. And Starfire's there, some other people, and they're trying to get him to stop. Because they don't know how far he wants to go, but he manages to finally break through, and he breaks this weight, and he does it. If read the whole story, it's cool. He does it because Cyborg, which I think this is a cool part of the character that they kind of taken out. He felt like he wasn't, I don't say a man, but just a machine, because he could never increase himself or make himself better. Whereas when he was an athlete, he could go out and work out and make himself stronger and all this. And when he manages to actually stop and break this, he realizes, hey, I can do that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we see there's our another screen with somebody watching it, watching everybody, but we know who it is. There's Tara's costume. Um, After Cyborg's training is up, we move outside, and now Starfire and Wonder Girl are going to get in a fight, and we did fight. Okay, question. You can answer this for me. Starfire. Yeah. She's from whatever her home planet is. Tamaran. Yeah. I was thinking Thanagar, but I knew that wasn't right. Yeah, she's from Tamaran. Are they all warriors on Tamaran?
Kinda.
Because
they were like there's a huge story behind Starfire. Like, she was the princess of Tamaran.
Yeah, I knew that.
Her sister Blackfire sold her into slavery.
Oh Lord!
And then she ended up with the warlords and got trained to be like,
ultimate badass.
One of the badass warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert. The artwork is George Perez.
Yeah, it's George Perez and Dick Giordano. Is it Giordano? Is that how you say it?
Dick Giordano.
Giordano is
the
anchor. Oh yeah, this is great. Because dude, I was like, okay, I know Starfire's badass. She can fly. She's got all the powers. She's super strong. But yeah, she gets into just a fight with Wonder Girl.
When the warlords were training her, they had how they make all these fake nullifying like handcuffs and bracelets and stuff.
Yeah.
To take the powers off, like the X-Men when they're imprisoned or whatever. They basically did the same thing to her. It made it so she couldn't use her powers. So she was just it had to be brawn and not so she couldn't fly, she couldn't use her star bolts or anything. So
by the time she got good enough to beat everybody's ass with no powers, and she got her powers back, it just made her that much more of a badass. Yeah, because so her and Wonder Girl actually get into a fight, and they verbally spar back and forth here, as who's going to beat who. And Wonder Girl apparently has always lost to Starfire. She's like, I'm going to get you this time, and Starfire's just not having it. And then there at the bottom, as everything's going on, there's Tara's watching it, and then Cyborg and Beast Boy. Tara's at the bottom, and now we finally realize that there's no doubt anymore at this point, she's the problem. So they're good, too good. Maybe even Slade couldn't take them. That's why he needed me. No matter how strong they are, I'll still bury them in an earthquake. I'll collapse a mountain on them. The Titans are strong, but Tara's even stronger.
Yeah, she's an angry, psychotic little girl.
Yeah, she has issues.
Kind of like my daughter.
That's not nice.
So you can see the bottom middle panel. Donna Troy, there, Wonder Girl, basically sweeps the leg on Starfire.
Yeah.
And then Starfire just, does like a handspring double heel kick to her face. And the next page, we'll see her get knocked into the water.
Yep.
And then, Starfire was all worried that she had gotten, that she had actually hurt her.
Yeah.
And you can see at the bottom, she goes in the water, and Tara's taking all these pictures of them fighting, which is basically for Slade Wilson to study their fighting styles so he can combat them.
Yep.
But she ends up in the water, and the following page, she thinks she heard her. Goes, no, I'm fine. Then Starfire jumps in the water and hugs Donna.
Yeah.
And Garfield's like, oh, that's a perfectly good waist.
Yeah, perfectly good waist of hugs. Yeah, he is. I mean, dude, he's just a little
horn dog.
Oh yeah, a horn dog. The whole book.
I'm sorry, but when I was 16, I was exactly like him.
You were exactly like this.
I was worse.
But what's funny is we find out here as we're reading it and going on with the Titans, because they've kind of broken up since the series started here. Some of the Dick's gone. Raven is kind of, I don't say out of it, but she's doing her own thing. And that's where
her powers are kind of like changing and stuff. And Wally West, Kid Flash, left because he's losing his speed power.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's gone. But now
those are things I learned in the first 3 issues before this whole thing ever started.
Really?
Damn it.
So now that we've had Cyborg has done his training and Donna and Starfire fought, now it's Garfield and Tara's turn. And as they fight, they start fighting. And originally they're kind of playing, and she gets I guess she gets a little upset with Garfield, so she starts playing rough, and he literally just starts to beat the hell out of her.
Oh, he is just,
he's an ass.
He's in tech. That's an asp.
No,
more of a boa constrictor. And man, he just antagonizes her.
Yeah. Left and
like
right.
The 10th power, worse and worse and worse, like every panel.
Yeah,
and Raven's thought bubbles are, Garfield, be careful, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you have no idea how angry she is.
Yeah,
and then by the time the end of the little their fight's almost here, she loses it.
Oh yeah.
And
she knocks him out of his beast form. He's out cold, and brings up kind of like a dirt storm tornado, flings him towards the trees, and then brings up something else, and then launches a volcano at him.
Yeah, she damn near kills him. The other Titans have to step in and kind of snap her out of it, but yeah, she damn near kills him. And she's, I don't realize, I don't understand what I was doing. I lost control of my powers. You believe me, everything. And, of course, everybody else is watching her.
Bless you.
And of course, we see Raven's watching her, and Raven doesn't say anything. We know Raven doesn't believe her at all. And Wilson, Slade is actually watching as well. He realizes that she's made a mistake. Now that she's done all that, the Titans are kind of onto her, and they're suspicious. Deathstroke looks awesome in this book, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he looks badass in this book.
Well, it wasn't very long ago that the Titans killed his son.
In this book? Oh, yeah, because his son was supposed to kill him. We discover that. Yeah, his son was supposed to kill the Titans, and they...
Well, everybody nowadays knows Ravager as Slade's daughter.
Yeah.
Right? The original Ravager was one of his sons.
Okay.
And he basically, had a costume very similar, almost exact to his. And he had taken the contract to kill the Titans, and the Titans got him, and they put him down, and he ended up dying. That's Deathstroke's first appearance,
that's in issue 2, dude. That's
issue 2.
That's like 4 years before this story.
Yeah, and
crazy.
Man, I wanted that book for like the longest time, and I still want it, but it's way out of reach.
Yeah, it's a couple $100 book now for messed
more
up
than
copies.
That.
Is it?
For a reading copy, it's a couple $100.
Yeah, I bought the Teen Titans reprint a while, last year I think it was, for that one. But so he's actually stepped in and then took the contract for his kid, and he's planning on killing the Titans. Oh, and then that's kind of ends. Now we get to issue 2, Betrayal. And then here's the issue opens, and it's in Gotham City, I guess it is. And there's Dick who's in his own apartment. He's left the Wayne Manor and left Titan's Tower, and is going to college and working on, getting his life after Batman.
Mm-hmm.
When all of a sudden, damn Deathstroke comes swinging through the window.
Yep.
This is not good.
No, I think he's in New York.
Is he in New York?
Yeah, because that's why Titan's Tower is on East River in New York.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. Damn it. Okay. So there's Deathstroke swings in, and he's like, they immediately start a damn fight. I do like the all the detail that God, what is it, Perez puts in this, because I just thought it was cool that Dick has an actual copy of a picture of Starfire on his desk.
Yeah, with little kisses on it. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, look, it happens. It's the little things that matter. And in case you didn't know who the hell it was, he's even got a little name tag there. So Deathstroke swings in, and they get into a massive ass fight. Dude. And Deathstroke damn near cleans his clock. He knocks the hell out of him, slings him across the wall. And the only thing that saves him is Deathstroke goes to hit him, as Dick's really just egging him on, as a kind of as a ruse, because when Deathstroke hits him, he flings his ass out the damn window to escape. And of course he falls and lands in the damn garbage and manages to twist his ankle, but he still limps his ass away while these people are following him. They see Deathstroke, who's jumping. Now Deathstroke has enhanced strength, and something's up with his brain. He can use all of his brain, right?
He can use all of his brain. He's got enhanced strength, reflexes. He was, the world's greatest mercenary before all this happened to him.
Yeah.
He lost an eye and injected himself with the serum, and got injected with the serum, and became like, super merc.
Okay. Yeah. So he's got limited superpowers, but part of his brain is the thing that I got.
Yeah.
Always. So yeah, they chase him. He chases Dick as Dick runs the hell away and manages to go into the park and just kind of disappears in the crowd. As he disappears in the crowd, he's hiding. He's like, damn, I would have never made it. I got to get back and check the other Titans, because at this point, Dick, who's been living with, and working with Batman for freaking 15 years or something, at this point knows that, hey, Deathstroke didn't know who the hell I was, and he attacked me in my house. So I wonder
as Dick Grayson.
As Dick Grayson. I wonder if he knows.
He knows my identity. He probably knows everybody's identity.
Yeah. So he hauls ass to the next closest person's house, which just happens to be Donna's apartment / photography studio.
No,
it's not Donna. Who is it?
Okay.
No, it's
Donna's studio is separate.
It's separate.
Donna and Wonder Girl and Starfire share an apartment. That's the rubble that Dick is standing in now.
Okay, so he heads to their apartment, and then when he gets there, that's where he finds this note. I did like this little part where it makes it worse, because he sees the note and picks it up, and he just gets to imagine what the hell happened, because the apartment's in ruins, and there's a damn note. It's to my darling, with love from Dick. And then he just imagines her picking up this damn bomb and opening it up and it blowing everything to hell. Of course, we don't know if that's really what happened, but we got a good idea that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
So after that, he heads to this is where he goes to the studio.
Yep.
He goes to Donna's studio after that, and he goes and, checks it out. Of course, Donna is not there. And he sees all the chemicals are falling on the ground. So he imagines that she passed out. So somebody got her. So they
switched out her chemicals to make a
knockout drug.
a toxic gas. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's freaking out. He's like, I've got to go find her. And, he's on his trail. And, dude, this is the ugliest damn car in comics. This first one. So he kind of takes Donna's car because he can't keep running because he hurt his damn leg, and he heads out. And when he heads out, we realize that these people are actually following him. And we learn later on this is Jericho and Slade's ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
So
Slade's wife and their son Joe, who takes the modicum of Jericho.
Yeah. They're actually following Dick, who next heads to Cyborg's apartment. And when they get to Cyborg's apartment, he imagines Cyborg being captured in the damn chair.
Yes, it is.
Do what now?
Is this an ongoing thing? Yes.
Okay. So yeah, he imagines that they capture Dick, not capture Dick, but capture Cyborg, and he finally makes it back to the Titan's Tower. And when he gets back to Titan's Tower, he sees that Tara has actually done something here.
Yeah, Robert, we're doing the first 2 issues tonight, and then next Thursday we'll do parts 3 and 4 to finish the story.
Yeah, it'll be done, and then you'll have an idea. And like I said, we used to do every panel, but some people were like, hey, you give too much away. So now we're just trying to hit the highlights. But what's cool here, like I said, when Dick actually gets back to the Titan's Tower, he realizes, hey, something's going on because there's a damn giant earth mound here in the tower. And he heads up to where Raven's room is, and the whole damn earth tower goes up into her room. And this is where he encountered Slade's wife for the first time. And their son, Joseph, who later on, after they kind of tell him what's going on, he agrees they're going to help him. She really did beat the hell out of Raven, though.
Oh yeah. Oh, she hates her with a passion because Raven was the only one she couldn't get over on. That's why.
So she lets them know what's going on with Slade, and now their son is going to join up, and they're going to actually go and try and save the Titans and kind of defeat Slade. Somehow I'm missing this part. Oh yeah, Beast Boy's answering all his damn fan mail and licking the envelopes, and the damn envelopes are drugged. It's just it's the easiest capture. I mean,
it's the easiest capture.
Yeah,
he got Bill Cosby.
Damn it, that's not nice.
Well, he only got knocked out and captured. He didn't get fucked.
Damn it, it's not nice.
Bless his heart.
Yeah. And here's our epilogue. These are the people. What is it? Hive? I don't remember Hive. I don't remember Hive at all.
Hive was an ongoing enemy for the Titans for a long time.
Really?
Hive is DC's Hydra.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got it.
Well, no. Hive is DC's AIM.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they're all scientists.
Yeah, so if you one of these panel, like I think that the panel like top middle actually says what it is.
Yeah, right. Right there. Yeah. Also, headquarters for the criminal. Well, it just says criminal organization known as Hive. Let me see if it says something. Hierarchy for international vengeance and extermination. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe it is more like Hydra.
I don't know, but I just don't remember them. I mean, that's kind of the reason we swap back and forth between Marvel. I read more Marvel and you read more DC.
Yeah, if you said you've been buying a bunch of cheap back issues of the Titans,
yes.
You'll come across them.
Yeah, I got a nice run not too long ago. I have to show you one day. That's got like Raven and the Titans actually have to fight Trigon, and it's cool.
Oh,
But
that's the Baxter run.
is it?
That is the Baxter run. That run, uh, until Wolfman and Perez split.
Yeah.
And yes, there's a method to my madness of backing up and grabbing something. Until Wolfman and Perez like left the book, basically,
Yeah.
Was an epic run.
I picked them up. They were like $1 a book. So
Damn it.
What? So I just picked them up and bagged and boarded them.
Oh man, I am so jealous because I don't think I have any of the Titan stuff anymore. But that, because I sold my collection so many times. I had the opportunity. Hey, Dying Days of YouTube, how are you, sir? Chat being Robert Shepard or me, yeah, but true, yes. I had the opportunity through Clay McDonald Comics in Illinois, through his private group. He has special offers that he announces like ahead of time.
Yeah.
And I got a bunch of signed prints. I had to stop buying prints because I realized I got no place to display these fucking things.
Well, you don't have anything on your damn walls.
Well, I have to move boxes around. There's going to be a bookcase going over there. And then I'm going to be having Tom put up shelves. I'm going to get J channels where he's going to measure these top loaders for the prints and top loaders for comics. So I can display comics. I can just slide them in. I can change them out and change the display. But anyhow, in this special thing, I got to get Jim Starlin's autograph on a special piece of art that he did. And these were all out of the actual artist's personal collections that they take with them to sell at cons, right? Yeah. So I got a Thanos versus Hulk from Starlin signed.
Oh, sweet.
I got a print of Demon in the Bottle signed by Bob Layton. One other one. And then I got this double signed by Wolfman and Perez. And this is the art from issue 1 of the Baxter series.
Oh, yeah. That's the first cover. Yeah, that's the cover for the Baxter series.
So right down the bottom is Marv Wolfman towards this hand and George Perez in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, because that series with the new paper and everything, that started like issue 40. Yeah, it's a little bit before this.
Yeah, and what happened is after this series started, Tales of the Teen Titans went from actual issues to reprints.
Yeah.
And then they started just reprinting the Baxter stuff. The collector's curse, yes. Nice.
Yeah.
And they did the same thing with Legion of Superheroes. Tales of the Legion was an ongoing series until they launched the Baxter run, and then it became a reprint. And when they ran out of, they started over, and when they got up to a certain point, then they started reprinting the Baxter run. And then I started buying those. It's like, well, it's the same book. I go, different cover. That's back when, if there were 2 covers, it was something special. Now, if it's 2 covers, you just feel lucky that you don't have to buy 73.
Yeah, you just pick the one you want.
Yeah, I think 1 cover and 1 variant is more than enough.
But so we discovered that Hive is actually the one who has put out the contract to kill the Titans.
Yeah,
and Deathstroke who has taken the contract because his son could not fulfill it, has managed to capture the Titans and is bringing them to him for them to, to do whatever they want with him. The Teen Titans are yours. And then that's literally the end of the first 2 issues.
So this is the cliffhanger where this ends.
The only thing is here's the cliffhanger, and Deathstroke shows up at Hive. I've got everybody, only his ass is lying because he doesn't have Dick Grayson.
Yep.
Dick Grayson is the only one he got, because he even talks about it in the book after he attacks him. He's like, why the hell did I go after Grayson last? Even though he has no powers, Grayson gets away from him. He's like, I went after Grayson last because he's the leader. And he's the leader because even though he has no powers, he's better than everybody else.
Well, technically,
he's not the leader here.
He's not the leader anymore because Dick quit being Robin.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like technically not really part of the team right now.
No, but he was, yeah. And then that's where he's, the whole thing with Deathstroke, he was the leader or is the leader because he doesn't really know. But what's cool is I looked forward and I did not know, because I was like, damn, dude, this is a good story. I may need to pick it up because I've got a couple issues of it. I do not have the next one because the damn next one is the first appearance of Nightwing.
The next one, and I was glad I found those 4 issues. Mine weren't even bagged in border. The 4 issues were put back to back in a single bag and just taped shut. I'm like, okay, son of a bitch, that book's worth like $150.
So I get to do my damn Mallrats thing now, you damn savage.
Right? Yeah. You damn right, yeah.
These need to be in bags and boards, you savage.
Well, that's when I was like, I didn't have a job. Money was here, sparse here and there, because I go and work a job and the boss would tell me to do something, go fuck yourself. You're fired.
Well,
okay.
That's probably too. Would you bother?
Give me my check. I get my check. I'd go to the bank, cash my check, run right to the comic store, buy as much shit as I could, and go home.
Well, the other thing too is if you're like me, you've got books stacked everywhere that are just in a regular old bag and board, and then people are like, "Oh, this book's worth $200 now." Damn it, that's crazy.
Case in point. Oh, by the way, now that I have it over here, I can show it to you. I recommend finding this and reading this.
Really? Was it his biography or something?
It's kind of like an interview biography. Somebody else wrote it for him.
Yeah.
But he dictated it to him. So underneath this pad is this bag.
And in this bag is weed. I mean,
I fucking wish. So John Ross. So the first time John Ross came over and we did sales and swaps and everything.
Yeah.
I grabbed the books and handed him the books and accidentally handed him this small little stack with
New Mutants
100 99.
You got a 98 in there? And a 98?
And people were yelling at me. I go, I didn't know I had one of these. Don't you know what you have? Fuck no.
Don't.
And they're like, you need to get that cleaned, pressed, and graded.
Yeah.
Here's my issue.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I pay CGC or even CBCS 10% of what this book is worth graded if it gets a 9.8? Like almost $2,000 to $3,000.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna have to pay them 10% of that out of my pocket because that's what the sale value is worth? Who says I'm selling the fucking thing?
Yeah, I may not sell it.
I wouldn't sell it. I would get this graded and keep it under lock and key. It would be on a stand, in a glass in a shaded glass cabinet.
It's like my Spider-Man 300.
Next to my,
it's not going anywhere.
Somebody swiped my ASM box.
Oh, they swiped your ASM box?
Because I had an ASM box in the basement, and I remember this because now you can call me a savage. I had ASM 300 unbagged and unboarded in the middle of a long box, and the book slid underneath and folded in half. And I remember I screamed so loud, the hairs on the back of my kid's cat stood up on end. He went, and took off like a bat out of hell. But I had half of the McFarlane run in the middle of that box. And that box is gone.
I'm missing one issue of the McFarlane run.
So, I I haven't gone through exactly everything. But when I do, like I'm gonna ever, like I do, what's gonna end up happening is if those are gone, I'm just getting rid of all my Spider-Man. I don't even want them. I'm like, I had probably like $3 or $4 grand worth of ASM books.
Yeah, I've got probably I'm missing, I think, like 3 issues between 200 and 300. I'm missing 238. I'm missing, I think it's 210, and one more I'm missing in there, but I can't remember the number on it. But I'm missing the first appearance of Madam Web and a first Hobgoblin. That I
had from 198 up.
Yeah, so I've got. Well,
so
I stopped right after McFarlane left. I just, the whole Clone Saga thing.
Well, I got the Clone Saga. I had gotten the Clone Saga. I liked it.
Did you? Oh. But so yeah, next week we'll read the next 2 issues of it, and that's it, right? It's just the 4, because you said it's
just the 4,
44, and then it's annual 3.
Annual 3, yeah.
Which is probably like a giant size or something.
Yeah, it's an annual, so it's bigger than a regular issue.
Yeah.
So but, it's like probably like a 40-page book.
I got you. But yeah, after we get done with this, we'll have to figure something else out. I don't know, DC or something minor. Like I said, I did get that. I showed you beforehand. I'm going to have my brother press it.
Mm-hmm.
I told you he got my heat press up, right? And this one looks really nice, but it looks like somebody put it in a bag. I don't know if you can see the wave at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like somebody put it in a bag that was a little too small, because I can't see any water stains on it.
No water stains, but it's crinkled. It could still be moisture. Yeah,
it could be. But I was like, damn, that would press out nice. I mean, it's I picked it up. I picked up a nice run of the Adventure Comics a while back, all around this same 400 number. They're like 3 issues that all have Kaluta covers that are they all have Kaluta covers, and what's cool about them is they're all little one-shot stories. They're like 4 stories in each issue, and one of them, I think it's the one with I know you've seen it, it's super famous, with the blue sky, and the guy's hanging from a balloon, and there's a guy on a flying Pegasus going up towards him, and he's trying to shoot him with a gun. But
I'd have to see it. Yeah,
you have to see it. The first story is by Alex Todd.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but so I'll get that up, and then next Thursday we'll be back for it.
Yeah, next Thursday, every Thursday, 8:00, right here on the OK Boomer podcast. We will keep doing back issue books off the spinner rack, or more importantly off our what should be our bagged and boarded. At least my 98 was bagged and boarded. I wasn't even collecting New Mutants, but my friend Jason was like, you should be reading this. This stuff is great. It's really good. It's probably the best X-Men book out. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I'll buy them. I go, Jason said I should buy these, so I'm gonna get these. And they're like, okay. And I had no clue that I had the first appearance of Deadpool.
Well, the thing that's funny is on New Mutants, I picked up a few issues a while back that I was reading, and I'm going through and I'm reading them just because Sienkiewicz did all the art. Like crazy. Sienkiewicz did the whole art for this damn Demon Bear saga that I started reading, and Claremont wrote it. So it's not like it's some loser people.
Well, at least Claremont's on the book.
Damn it.
Sienkiewicz wouldn't even shake my hand because, unless you were buying with his handler, unless you were buying something from him, he didn't have time to talk to you. I'm like, go fuck yourself, buddy.
Damn. It depends. Everybody has a bad day. Remember I told you when I got to talk to Bernie Wrightston for like an hour almost because nobody else would talk to him.
Oh, God, I hate you.
They were all, hey, look, I showed up at Dragon Con and Bernie Wrightston is over there by himself. Nobody is talking to him. There's not even a line. I get up and I'm like, why the hell is nobody talking to Bernie Wrightston? So I go to talk to him for whatever, and and he's like, hey, yeah, it's all right if I eat my lunch. I'm like, yeah, no problem, dude. You can eat your lunch while I'm talking and looking at your stuff. And he said, well, why the hell's everybody at? And he's your man, but I know Joseph Michael Lindsay had a thing just a little, just like a booth 2 doors down when Dawn was the rage of comics. And the freaking line was out the damn door for people wanting to see and have something signed by Lindsay.
I went up.
Nobody.
2013, I met Mark Silvestri.
Same dude, and was nobody talking to him?
Nobody at his table, right? It was Mark Silvestri and whoever his helper was or whatever. He goes, I was just going to get up for a smoke. You mind coming back in like a half hour? You go, well, it depends what you're smoking. He goes, so I went outside and smoked a joint with Mark Silvestri.
So you went outside and smoked a joint with Mark Silvestri? And what's funny is nobody's there. It's 2013. And if you go back and look, like even McFarlane and Lee said that they thought that Silvestri may have been the best of the lot. Silvestri is incredible. He's easily one of my favorite X-Men artists.
The best covers on X-Men, in like the last 20 years was the Silvestri run.
The freaking one with we did didn't we do the X-Men where the Brood come back?
Yeah, Diane Days on YouTube says, I barely know him, but there are a number of bad stories about Bill, and his own Twitter account seem to add credibility to them. That he's just a douche.
He's a damn talented douche, man.
Yeah. 2013, it was 3 years before my coma and being in the wheelchair and everything. So I was fat as fuck, but I was still walking around the damn convention and taking pictures. Johnny Lawrence from the actor that played Johnny Lawrence, Billy Zabzik from Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid movies was there. Yeah. And there was a cosplayer who dressed up as Booster Gold.
Oh.
And he made Skeets, the little robot.
The robot.
And he had like a high grade like metal wire like out the back of his shoulder that went up to him. And Skeets was like an MP3 speaker.
Yeah.
He had a button in his hand. So he kept walking by Zabzik's table, and every time he walked by, he'd play the music from the end of the first Karate Kid movie after the Daniel one. And he just walked by and be like,
talk about Booster Gold. I've come this close when I was at the antique store the other day going through it. They have a good run of the Dan Jurgens Booster Gold run from the 80s. And I'm like, dude, I want to buy this, but I don't, because I don't want to buy some more comics that I'll be hunting the other pieces from. But Jurgens kind of created the character, and he's just fun.
Well, for that 80s stuff right there, you'd probably be better off buying like the hardcover collection of Booster Gold and the Ted Cord Blue Beetle stuff.
Yeah.
It was really good, especially at the beginning.
Dude, do you remember talking about Ted Cord Blue Beetle? Because, I mean, the character has a long run, but you remember it's like, I don't know, dude, like 10 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. And the whole death of Ted Cord they did in the DC, that massive ass book that was so freaking good before they brought in the new Blue Beetle. And I can't remember the new Blue Beetle's name.
Yeah,
but
I can't remember his. I collected his book forever, but I can't remember his name either. But the difference is they brought back the Scarab.
Yeah.
Right. They brought back the Scarab like the original Blue Beetle had, but it's a different kind of Scarab. It's like and they brought in like the alien horde and blah blah blah.
Yeah, they brought the Scarab from the Golden Age Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Because Ted Cord
Dan
always
Garrett,
was Dan Garrett. Ted Cord was always like he was the Charlton Batman. Let's go ahead and say that. He was Charlton's Batman only with a beetle. But what's cool is Charlton's Batman drawn and written by Steve Ditko.
Yes. And I got I scored a couple of the old. I don't know where they are right now, but I remember scoring a couple of the old Charlton like first appearances because they had DC basically bought out Charlton to get all their characters, right?
Yeah.
So
that's where they got Watchmen and Blue Beetle and all that.
Watchmen.
Question.
They got Question, Blue Beetle, Captain Atom.
Yep, Captain Atom.
One other one. We were just talking about him. Damn it. Blue Beetle, Question, Captain Atom, and they got like 5 characters that they redid.
Night Owl. But it's not Night Owl. Is it Night Owl?
I don't remember now.
Okay.
You're gonna make me Google this shit. I know you are, because now it's bugging me.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you get old.
Fuck you.
Do what?
You're gonna wake up with a horse's head in your fucking bed. You know that, don't you?
That's what somebody said. Somebody the other day. Who was it on the movies? I saw that. But yeah, it's great. I actually have a first appearance of Blue Beetle, and I got a first appearance of Ted Cord Blue Beetle, not the Golden Age one. And I picked up it and a first appearance of Question. Just because I love them. But the thing is, you read those old Charlton books with Ditko, and he screams at you in the whole book. He's like just ranting and raving. I'm like, whoa.
I'm trying to type, a search for him and friggin' they got Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, the guy from oh God, he was in the new
John Cena.
John Cena. Yeah, the new Suicide Squad movie. That movie was great, by the way. You probably didn't like it.
I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah, it was horrible, and you know it.
Notable characters from Charlton Comics that DC acquired: Captain Atom, The Question, Peacemaker, the Blue Beetle, Nightshade. Did I say The Question? Yeah, The Question. Who else? First appearances. Yellow Jacket Comics, #1, 1944. First Charlton superhero comic. No official introduction to a shared universe. But their alias was on Earth 4. Let me see. Pulling this up. Judo Master.
Oh God, I forgot about Judo Master.
Okay, here we go. Captain Atom, Blue Beetle, Nightshade. I gotta blow this up. It's too small.
I thought you had a big ass monitor.
I do, but the pictures come whatever size the pictures come.
Oh.
One is one is so small I have to blow it up even more. What the hell? But it's not letting me. One of them is Wisp of Willow.
Okay, I have no idea who.
Which is like Yellow Jacket from Marvel. They couldn't call it Will o' the Wisp because that was already taken. Peacemaker, Question, Peter Cannon, Thunderbolt, Sarge Steel, and the Ghost.
Dude, I did not realize that Charlton Comics line was that damn big. I only thought they had like 4 heroes.
Nope.
Kind of like Dell.
Charlton Universe. Peacemaker, the Question, Charlton Universe. Boom. Okay, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
But
hey, Steve Worcester, how are you? That's the guy that corrected us on all Star Wars stuff.
All the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, that's Steve Worcester, the Star Wars guy.
The Star Wars guy.
Yeah, he's an expert.
All right, so we'll be back next week then, and I'll get it up for you. You still got your trade, so you don't need
Look, if you're going to get it up for anybody, get it up for your wife, okay?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Leave me out of this.
You always got to have some weird thing to say. You still got your trade, though, right?
Yeah, I got it. Going to go back and start reading it now.
All right, cool. Well, we'll be back, I guess, next Thursday? 8 o'clock?
Next Thursday, we'll be back with the second half of the Judas Contract. And after that, it's Thomas's choice for what we're going to cover. And what else was I going to say? Something. I forget. My mind's just gone. I think I need more pills. I don't like Star Wars anymore. You're not the only one.
There's a bunch of people.
Oh, boy. So I forgot what I was doing, but we'll get back to it. And we will. Oh, yes, that's what I was looking for. Tomorrow on Creators Outlet, 9 o'clock Eastern, my guest will be Ted Davies. He's got a brand new book. He's got a very active YouTube channel. He's got Grim 101 Book 2 that's doing quite well right now, and he'll be on tomorrow night, and we'll be talking to him, and he's got a very cool looking campaign. So until then, everybody that came out tonight, George, Robert Shepard, Dying Days of YouTube, Steve Worcester, Hail Bal Erday, and we'll catch you later. Everybody have a great night and read some good comics. And we'll talk to you all later on. Peace out.
Bye.